number 5. So right now, we have to see, can Weibo Gaming truly find the key team fights, especially the Tyrant fight? Because all gamers, they have been having an exceptionally good 4-minute mark.
Okay, so we'll go into this particular series, the third one of the day, as AG looking for that first resource burn. They get the flash down from Max, and this is going to be a great start for the side of AG.
A very important spell here being expended for the side of Max here. So that is no flash. And the next time Shuai finds that triple man knockup and push him back, he will be in a bit of a trouble here. But the neutral resource falls into favor of AG, and as they have already escalated their lead already.
Yes, it's a good start, and once again, this initial rotation, we talked about that first blood potential, and for now, Ram does survive, but they will lose access towards that space right on the top. So Weibo Gaming, they gain a little bit of recovery.
Yup, a bit of a recovery, at least getting that neutralized resource towards the clash lane here. That will be a focal point here, but a bit of a pushback here onto Team Gyro here as he gets engaged here. The third knockup does not land on Team Gyro here, falls exceptionally low. A bit more, last hit on Team Gyro, gets sniped down by the Scepter coming in from Strong's Haino.
And first blood goes to the side of AG. I love that prediction Scepter of Fate. There was no mark on Team Gyro in that lane, but he actually predicted which side Team Gyro is going to walk into, gets the first blood for his team, and this is going to snowball that growth. It's not the biggest, no, actually it is quite big, 1,000 right now.
Wow, that is so fast, just 2 minutes coming in towards this game here. So if the early game breaks apart coming in from Weibo Gaming, especially on towards Lin Heng's Pei, that will spell disaster, especially Pei. We talked about it back in game number 1. You need a lot of resource to make sure that this pick escalates its lead towards the mid to late stages of the game here. So for the side of this Pei, to win out the early game, they will have to funnel more resources towards Lin Heng.
I like that you say that because it truly is. You need this Pei to be on fire. He needs to have that really quick farming rate, and this is also why AG, they also maximize that growth on the side of Zoe, already helping a 3-man movement into that initial buff at the bottom side. This speeds up the growth of Zoe, which kind of cancels out Lin Heng's growth as well.
50-50 in terms of the jungle department with... AG Stry has 10 games of this Sulia pick in the KPL, and he has 10 wins. So 10 pick and 10 wins, 100% win rate on the Sulia.
Yes, and number 1 in the entire KPL based on this pick itself, right? So he's going to be a very big game changer because he is going to have that multi-man setup. Like you said, Iron Colossus, the passive, he allows himself to be revived. Once again, it's kind of like a 5v6 composition on the side of AG versus Weibo Gaming.
And you're already seeing the strat coming in from AG, funneling resources towards Yino, allowing this Arlie to be this free marksman roaming across the map, allowing him to ignore the laning phase due to the fact that this Arlie has a lot of mobility to traverse around the gorge.
Okay, so we're about like 20 seconds away before the first neutral objective is going to be spawning. Weibo Gaming need to find an opening, right? At this point of time, if you can burn out those common spells, burn out ultimates, that'll be great.
That will be great. 7 seconds before Tyrant spawns here, as we see a bit of a tussle coming in from both side roamers here. Roamer will play a very pivotal role for both of these two teams to find that perfect engager as they find Max, and Max gets caught up. Max gets taken out insanely low. Max is the first to fall prior to this Tyrant here. Tyrant is open and in towards the favor of all gamers.
AG are locked in, man. I mean, take a look at Shuai. That initiation was so good. It allowed Sheng to really deal the damage, and now even with that small advantage that they had for the side of AG, AG now has secured a 1,000 gold lead still, but because of the Tyrant buff, Weibo Gamer, they cannot deal with the aggression, and it's a free T1 at the bottom.
Yeah, you just see Shuai solo pushing out the bot tier 1, and Max being caught out due to the fact that he expended the flash towards the early game here, which resulted into this bad play here, and Team Yue here might catch out Shuai's position.
Okay, Shuai, he can actually be the game changer at this point, right? He does have flash, does have his passive waiting for the engagement coming up from the side of Weibo Gaming will not be committing because it's no point wasting so much resources. There's other pressures coming in from the mid lane as well as the top.
I love the fact that tries Sulia just spots out the engage. This engages with no pressure at all. This gives Yino so much room to actually progress himself and be this mid-game dominance of a threat coming in from AG's team composition.
True. And now with a 2,000 gold advantage. Weibo Gaming, once again, we need them to find a solution, right? Where is that setup coming in? Can it come from Tingyue? Can it come from Zhenwo? That flash storm strike. They need stuns, they need the burst damage. And for now, Max, I think he's been farming well, hasn't been taken down too many times, just once. But they need to have more effect and more value because right now, T2s are being pressured as well.
Just 6 minutes towards the game here, and T2 has already gone in favor for Weibo Gaming as we see an engager coming in from the Sulia here. Does not find towards his mark here. So a 50-50 exchange here, but goes in favor of all gamers towards the map state.
Yep, and the Azure Golem going to be contested as well. Ling Heng does get it, and here comes the potential turnaround from the side of Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, no mana onto Sheng's Yino here. Sheng's Haino has to back off. Your passive has already been procced by Strai Sulia here. But they escalate the fight and they get out safely here with no man being taken down.
I like the fact that AG recognized the entire situation, right? They knew that this is not a team fight they're willing to take. Eno actually was farming in that particular moment. Another jump, this time from the side of Ran.
Yeah, Ron finds a 4-man engage towards the lifetime of Weibo Gaming, but no one is there to follow up on Ron's engager. They take down Ron and they take a consolation prize. Sulia here finds a knock-up here, does not find a follow-up engager. The fight is split heavily for both these two teams here. But with all of this happening, we see Yino taking down that tier 1 towards the mid lane here.
Yep, AG always has like multiple things that they're looking for at the same time. They knew that this is not a fight worth taking, right? They didn't have to overcommit in terms of resources. Ultimates and common spells did not have to be used for this. They just wanted that map pressure. So T1 in the mid, this is going to provide so much fog of war to the side of Weibo Gaming. And when you're behind in farm, this is the last situation you want to be in because then the burst potential of AG's lineup will be realized.
It will indeed be realized here, and right now look at how dark the entire map is coming in from Weibo Gaming here. If you just so happen to walk into the wrong bush, you will find yourself being flanked from the side of all gamers here as they are dictating the map so well, taking so much control.
Yeah, AG right now, their job is really, okay, can we stop Weibo Gaming from recovering, right? And this recovery comes in the form of clearing waves, taking the neutral objectives, even for that Overlord as well. And for now, AG, you know what they'll do with the lead. So it's really about stepping into the jungles of Weibo, making sure you steal the buffs away from them, or even reward yourself with free kills.
And this is exactly what is happening right now. You see AG controlling more and more space towards the map here. They are desperately camping for this Crimson Golem spawn here, making sure that this top side is well secured coming in from all gamers' control.
Yes, and the winning condition is already realized for AG, taking long fights. That's what they want, right? The Haino, Sheng has so much value. Every Scepter of Fate that lands will get more and more damaging.
Yep, you just need to stack more and more of the Scepter of Fates and you will find yourself in a comfortable position here, especially against Meng Xi's Kong Kong here. So that's what the Haino is capable of doing, and right now we see AG once again securing the Tyrant in towards their pocket, and they will go for a cleanup towards their jungle and they will continue to put that pressure on towards the map.
Yes, so another 90 seconds worth of fighting prowess for the side of AG. At the same time, you can see, right, Ran is already making sure that the map is not working in the side of Weibo Gaming, right? And this forces the rotations, meaning there will be a numbers advantage because they can start to rotate as a duo 2v1. And you can see in the top side of the jungle, Weibo Gaming have to be really careful on how they rotate around the map.
Yeah, the next attacking point coming in from all gamers will be that tier 2 tower towards the top side just before the Shadow variant will be spawned towards the map here. But the Azure Golem coming in from Weibo Gaming is just about to spawn here. We see a lot of these players converging onto this focal point.
Yeah, nobody's stopping Shuai. Shuai will be looking for that multi-man knockup, and at this point, once again, having long extended fights. This is exactly what AG wants.
This is exactly what AG wants, and they get the Azure Golem and they ditch out safely here. 20 seconds on towards the map for the Shadow variant of the objectives here. We see Yino, we see Ron here, just casually collecting all the remaining resources before the eventual Shadow objectives.
The double whammy of this is, end of the day, Weibo Gaming cannot match that wave clear pacing because it might open up the doors for a potential fight against AG, of which they are already losing financially. They don't really have the items against it, so they will always be one step slower in clearing. And this opens up that 10-minute Shadow variant Tyrant straight away for AG. They're already working on it.
And the positioning coming in from Swai is actually so smart here. He's just marking and making sure that the Shadow Vanguard is not being traded when the Shadow Tyrant is being taken over by AG here. So right now, AG has a choice. Do they want to go for a double Shadow objective, or do they want to just actively look for fights in the enemy jungle of Weibo Gaming?
I think AG is a team, the answer to the question is very simple. They are not greedy at all. They know what buttons to push. They know the limit as to the risk that they're taking before and after team fights as well. And Weibo Gaming, because that AG is playing so safe, there is no gaps yet. And when there's no gaps, you are playing a losing game. You are constantly at a 3,000 goal deficit.
3,000 goldie, and keeps compounding more and more towards the favor of all gamers, because right now we see all gamers just controlling the map so well, getting all these neutral objectives, be it the dragon, be it the tyrant. And also once they get the tyrant, it means they have so much combat spells, combat buffs in counter jungling all these camps here, because Weibo Gaming, they can't fight you at all.
Yes, I really love this positioning. And they go in trying to catch out Ino.
And right now we see Shrai disengaging for his team here. Yino is still safe here. All the spells has been expended towards Zoe's Aug right here, but he's still standing exceptionally strong. Kill tree goes down as they zone away any potential engager coming in from Weibo Gaming here. Decent trade here coming for all gamers as they get what they want and they back off safely.
So clean, right? AG, they knew exactly what the limit was, and the whole aim is we will push you guys back so we have access into the T3s, and if we step a little bit too far ahead, we will just slowly walk out. The main aim here is to make sure that you have a bleeding wound on the top side, and then we get to fight you at the other places of the map because we have the numbers advantage, because someone on the side of Weibo Gaming has to be keeping eyes on this open super minion lane on the top.
Yep, top lane will be a really big priority here coming in from Ron, because he can just move around the map and Zemo has to deal with the super minions. And right now this Shadow Vanguard has been started coming in from all gamers, and they will use this Shadow Vanguard to further push their lead of 4k gold. This 4k gold will just keep snowballing further and further and further into the favor of all gamers.
Yeah, you know why is that? The previous stat that was shown, so Shuai has been in the jungle of Weibo Gaming for over 2 minutes. And he's one of the persons responsible for number one, giving information to the side of AG. That's why they're able to take this fight so well. At the same time, it's also his setup, his stuns. And right now, they're looking for another opening on the side of AG.
And Shuai here looking for an angle here, but giving that pressure of being able to engage anytime so that Yino has so much space on towards his R lead to push out the map here. And right now, all the outer turrets has fallen towards the hands of all gamers here. If you're Shuai, he's just looking for that one key moment to find that big engager. As we see the fight does break through, 3-man knockup comes in from Shuai here as there's no follow-up engager. Zoe marches in front, blocks any remaining follow-up here for his team. So right now, you see, it's actually a very clean game here coming from all gamers here, because there's no follow-up here coming in from Weibo Gaming. It's not because they do not want to, it's because Zoe is such a monster tank in front.
Yeah, and right now they're just left with that last T3 in the mid, less than half its health. So Weibo Gaming now in a very tight spot. If it was hard before, it's even more impossible at this point. Can they get that last hit? Will not happen. So once again, Inoa gets that Crimson buff in his hands, and that's not an ideal situation for them to start fights now on the side of Weibo Gaming.
It is indeed not a good situation, because after the Shadow Vanguard, Shadow Tyrant is up once again. So much pressure coming in for Weibo Gaming, because we see another engage goes through here as Mengxi. All these clones are taken down. They can no longer walk towards the Shadow Tyrant as they have expended all their ultimates here coming in for all these key targets.
Yeah, look at Shuai. Shuai has got information on the entirety of Weibo Gaming. Now the wraparound comes.
The wraparound comes indeed. Cao Cao finds the mark onto the Xiao Cao. Xiao Cao gets taken down. Shuai is the next member of finding the backline here. Zemo does not have flash to escape here. He falls as well. 3v5 situation coming in for Weibo Gaming as one finds another backline access, but no one falls for side Weibo Gaming. 3 members are faulted right now. We see a 4v2 situation. Can all gamers end the game right now?
Yeah, they're trying to set up for that final crystal as well. It's not enough. It's going to be game number 3 going into the hands of AG.
Beautiful, clean macro game here coming in from